What can I do if a seller fails to disclose a defect in the home that I'm purchasing? Under our Florida law, the seller is required to disclose any facts that may materially affect the value of the property that are not readily observable. This is called a latent defect, and that's what the Florida Supreme Court found as what they call a tort, and that is the responsibility of a seller to disclose that only on residential transactions, not on commercial transactions. In addition, the standard contract that is used for residential transactions, which has been approved by the Florida Bar and also the Board of Realtors, it provides in here that you are required to disclose any matters that may materially affect the value of the property that are not readily observable. And in addition to that, many times the realtors have a seller fill out a seller disclosure form, which is a questionnaire as far as that's concerned. So if they fail to disclose that, well, that would be what they call affirmative fraud. So there are three avenues which you could pursue if a seller failed to disclose a defect. Is one under tort law, which is the case law in Florida. Two is the contract, which requires, and three is if it was not disclosed on the form. Your remedy is to ask that the residential real estate transaction be set aside and you get your money back and you give them back the property. You have 1 year from the date of closing to do that. Otherwise, there's a 4-year statute of limitations as far as being able to bring this action from the time you discover this defect. One of the big components that you have to prove is the seller knew of the defect. And so just because there's a defect, if it wasn't something that you could show the seller knew about, well, they can't very well disclose something that they didn't know. Also, what must they disclose? There's any sorts of things other than just the particular property itself, as far as the physical aspect of it, as to whether or what has to be disclosed. So if you have any questions about this, well, give me a call at 727-847-2288.